Welcome to She Gets It podcast. It's season 10. My name is Shan, and I'm here to gather you together, okay? Thank you for clicking play. Thank you for downloading this thing, and thank you for subscribing and sharing. We can all use some self-improvement, and I'm here for it. What up, y'all? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy you. Happy your health made it. I'm just happy. Like, what's up? I don't know what's going to happen in 2021, but I know I'm going to do my best to come correct. And I hope you're going to do your best to come correct, okay? I hope you're ready to be better. And I hope that you're going to put in that effort. We're not talking about what we're going to do this year. We're just going to do it. We're going to show up and we're going to stand in it, okay? No more talking. January, April, July, October, December are all 5 long week months, okay? That means you have the time, you have the space. We all have 24 hours. We all have 7 days a week. What are you going to do with it? If you do not have calendars in your home, in your space, in your office, I don't know what you're doing. If you need to put a mini calendar in your car, do that. If you need to do one on the fridge, do that. On your desk, do that. In your bedroom, do that. In your phone, do that, okay? Organize your emails, all right? You don't have to see your emails all in one space. Put your bills where it needs to go, your important documents where it needs to go, all your tax stuff, get that prepared now. Look up tips on taxes now. Make sure that the person that's doing your taxes, you can trust them. Make sure your addresses are up to date on jobs that you have left. Call that HR department. Get your things correct, okay? This is not the time to be having the incorrect address on your license or your ID. This is not the time to not know where your passport is. This is not the time to not know where your social is. This is not the time to not know where your birth certificate is. You are in control of you. You are in control of your children, okay? Both parents should have these documents, okay? Father and mother, all right? All your insurance stuff, figure it out, okay? If you have tickets that needs to be paid, pay it. This little stimulus, because it's a little stimulus, is not about splurging and getting your Christmas gift that you didn't get off. It's about taking care of the things that are most important, okay? If you have lawyer fees to pay, pay it, all right? Stop making people rich off of the things you're ignoring, all right? This is your time to come correct. Make your money this year and be smart about it. Plant your seeds and focus. You should be networking, okay? There's so many new apps that's going to come up this year with new options and new ways to monetize your business. Get on it, get focused, make those connections, and be consistent, all right? Let's get into the show. Do you hear this? Do you hear this silence? Yes, this is a space where your ad could be played about your product, where your ad could be played about your business, about your show, because I believe we can all be great on different shows and platforms. So if you're looking for ad space right now, your ad could be playing here instead of me talking and instead of this silence. So next time when I do an episode and you want to promote your show, your business, or your services, hit me up at shegetsit.pod@gmail.com. Now back to my show. Don't say I never gave y'all anything. I'm giving you this space to be great. Back once again for the Renegade Master. What's up? All right. Shout out to Fat Boy Slim, aka Wild Child. We, the people, have to go against these organizations that aren't for us, okay? We've seen in 2020, this government does not care about how we're eating, how we're providing for our families, how we're having our shelter. They evicted people with newborns, elderly, people who have had the good jobs throughout the year and lost it. They are evicted on the street, living out their cars. The car insurance for the U.S. has not stopped collecting checks, okay? Your mortgage payments, they put a 5% on top of what you owe that's late, all right? The U.S. government systems and companies does not care about what's happening during this pandemic. People are dying left and right. We lost so many great people this year, and we have people in this government that we need to lose. I'm just going to be honest, okay? And we have to stay focused, and we have to understand that we have to own our time. When I say that, I think we need to clearly hear we, the people, you and I, have to focus on what is effective for our growth. What is effective for my family? How can I spend the right amount of time with my kids? How am I extending my hand and my help to the people that I employ, the people that have worked for me, the people who have come through for me? How am I minimizing the finances that I'm putting out? Do I actually need all this cable? Do I actually need to be paying a company hundreds of dollars every month to watch channels I do not watch? How much do I actually watch TV? Okay? Are there any other resources out here where I can stream what I want to watch in shows? How am I using my time? We should all be asking ourselves that. All right? The people who are for your progress are the people you need to be keeping consistency with. Okay? We're not hanging out a lot because of this pandemic. But most importantly, I feel like this pandemic has revealed to us who is actually important to us as far as I need to check in on them. Checking in on them does something positive for me. And a lot of people are lost because they depended on going out. They depended on being around large groups of people and having people talk about their outfits and having people talk about what they have, not what they do. Okay? Try to figure out a way to be seen and be heard without you physically having to be the center of attention in a party. Okay? Because we shouldn't be in lots of parties and around a lot of people right now. We should be focusing on what it is that we can do to make sure we're taking care of our families while we sleep, not just when we're up and awake. Okay? Just because you're someone who needs to go out and be physically active outside your home, outside your office to feel fulfilled, does not mean the next person needs to do that. Okay? People think and people assume that I don't have nothing going on because I'm not somebody that's out and about, driving around. You don't see me a lot out. But let me tell you something. I am very busy. I am very busy in my home. There's never a day where I wake up, I eat breakfast, I lounge around, I sit and I watch hours and hours and hours and hours of TV without doing something on the computer, without selling something, without connecting people, without listening to different talks, different brilliant minds give gems on business, things I can learn. Like, I'm always constantly feeding my mind. I'm always constantly picking the people who I give my time to on the telephone or on FaceTime priority because it's beneficial. And I'm not saying this person that I'm on the phone with gives me money. They give me something where I feel like they're beneficial. They mentally feed me. They spiritually feed me. Okay? A lot of you don't know nothing about that. And you need to have people who can do that for you. I'm not someone where just because I like you or just because we share some sort of connection, I need to talk to you every day, 3 hours a day, multiple times a day. I don't need to talk to you like that. That is not me. It doesn't mean I don't care. It doesn't mean I care less, but I get turned off from people when they have too much time for me, because that means you're not doing something else that you need to be doing. I can't be your priority. I can't be your sole priority for your day or your days. You need to be busy. You need to be doing something else. But the time that we make for each other, I'm fine with that. I can speak to you, but I cannot give you multiple hours of my time. I have other things that I need to do. All right? I don't just pay this $129 phone bill just to talk to people and FaceTime people. I actually make funds for my family using this phone, which can be used on your taxes for your business. But look into that, because I'm not going to do the work for you. People have to educate themselves. You have YouTube, you have Google. You don't need to be on Twitter asking people questions that you can Google. You don't need to be on Clubhouse asking people questions that you can get the direct answer from a definition that you can Google. But you can be on things like Clubhouse, listening to people talk about things that you have no idea about, getting feedback. You can do that, because that's what it is. It's a tool. All right. Clubhouse is something new. You get invited to it. But I think this year they're having different updates where they're going to make it open to the public. But I think it's a better beneficial tool than you just having a LinkedIn and a page where you're talking about what you do career-wise and work-wise and education-wise. It's a different way to show up, okay? It's a show and prove, talk it up. Let me check the stats. Let me check your IG. Let me check your Twitter. Let me check your website to see if you're actually on your business, on your P's and Q's. It's instant. So when you go into those rooms, don't waste your time. We should not have rooms on there talking about sex positions and what foods you hate. When there's things in your life that you say you want to create, things in your life that you said you want to make better financially, you say you want to get to this point in your life, but you're in rooms talking about pointless things. Getting a room that's talking about how you can better your business. Get in a room talking about what tips do you have on how I can leave this job and be productive and better in my own business. Get in a job learning about real estate. If you say you want to get into real estate, there's no reason why you're not on Clubhouse in a room full of realtors, construction people, contractors, and listening to those discussions. There's no reason for it. Okay? You can Google, you can figure out how to use these systems. You cannot say the only way I talk to people is physically going out and emailing and word of mouth. Okay? Your word of mouth is technology, okay? If you're not moving within technology, you're losing. If your business is not online, you're losing. You're going to see that these businesses and these spaces out here, okay, that's taking up real estate are going to close down. And those businesses and those spaces are going to turn into condos, high rises, office spaces that can be rented out. Okay, people are always going to want to eat. I'm sorry, we can't eat digitally yet. So that's always going to be provided. So if you have a new type of restaurant that you want to open it. This is the prime time. It's going to be prime real estate out here. Okay, especially in Atlanta. I don't know where you're at, but people are buying up spaces like crazy. If you own lots, I'm sure there's going to be a few contractors that's going to come to you and put in a price for some space. You're going to see new cafes, new restaurants, new breakfast spots, new places to wash your clothes, new cleaners. What else is going to be a need? Mechanic spaces are being pushed in certain areas because people want to live in a certain part of town where they don't want to see car lots and people working on cars. So it's going to be certain cities where you can go get that done. So it's a lot of changes that are going to be happening. So if you have a business where you're selling clothes or skincare products, you need to be using things like IG, your live. It's not just YouTube anymore. Okay. You need to be using these free resources that are at your fingertips. All right. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, I went in on y'all a little bit, but I'm sure I opened up some eyeballs to what's out here for you to grow. The people who are not for your progress, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Okay? Do what you're supposed to do and start in January. And do not slack in February. Keep up that momentum. If you're around the right people that are also engulfed in what they want to do and being better, you'll always have that momentum. You'll always have people encouraging you to be great. You'll always have somebody ready to be like, hey, this is the second time this week you've been laying up in the bed at 11 o'clock. What's up? Why you not working out? Why you not online? Why haven't you called this person? We got a deadline. Having people that hold you accountable to what you said you want to do, ask for that when you're ready for that. Because a lot of people might ask for an accountability partner, and then you might turn into the enemy because you're holding them accountable. Why? Because they were not ready. And it's okay to say that you're not ready. But don't ask people to help you if you are not ready to receive that help. Because I don't know about you, I don't have time to waste. And I don't want anybody wasting my time asking for help and not coming through for themselves. Be consistent and be intentional. All right? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Be intentional. D for damager. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people, okay? We, the people, have the power to lift up each other. We have the support and we have to support each other, okay? We have to take care of ourselves. You can't tell me that you want to be better and you out here smoking yourself up to death. Oh, every morning I got to roll up, and then after I eat lunch, I got to roll up. And then I got to go ahead and take a nap because I rolled up. That's unproductive hours throughout your day. Now, if you have your money working for you and it's not just sitting in a bank account or sitting in your mattress or a drawer or a box and you're making money while you sleep, do what you do, okay? But the reality is most of us are not there yet, all right? We have to support each other. You don't have to wait for a big company to come to you and say, hey, I'm going to offer you X, Y, and Z money to be able to have my company on there because you're consistent and you're coming through with numbers and you're coming through with listeners to boost my funds. I'm going to give you a little bit of change because you're allowed to talk about my company. Let's talk about each other's company. I want you guys to come on here and talk about your business, talk about your things that you're currently doing. I don't want you to come on here and talk about your plans. Because once you talk about your plans and it's out in the open, it's going to instantly become somebody else's plan that's lacking the purpose behind it that you have. So come talk about it when it's up and running and ready, okay? I want you to be able to talk about your products. If you're making homemade products at home, come talk about it. Email me and we can do a episode together so that people can hear about your product, the people can hear about your services, the people can hear about your nonprofit, the things that you're doing in the community. Okay, we need to know that these resources are out here. You know why other ethnicities do well in life and their families do well? Because they educate each other on how to do well. All right. They know what the benefits are to have this account. They know what the benefits are to use these benefits at their job. They know what the benefits are when they step into a room. We have to educate each other. All right. So we have the power. We, the people, have the power to uplift each other. All right. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our bodies. We have to take care of our mind. Figure out what you're passionate about. All right? Because once you figure out what you're passionate about, it's nothing to find the effort to push that. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. You cannot keep packing bullshit on top of your passions as if it's going to disappear. It's not going to disappear. It's going to haunt you until you come through. Let me say that one more time. Your passion will haunt you until you come through. We are not created, and we were not created to be the same. Even though we were taught to have an employee mindset from grade school, middle school, high school, and if they got you and said you need to go to college right now, even though you're not sure what you want to do, maybe college. Maybe that's why you have debt. But figure out right now what you can do to get rid of that debt and begin living and begin understanding and overstanding what you need to do. Understand that these companies that have quote unquote 401k and, good retirement, and we give you this raise by January, they don't care about your future. Those are numbers. It's a numbers game. It's let's tell you the 30-year company story. I don't want to be at any job making anybody's lifestyle better than mine for 30 years. That is a no for me. That is not my goal. Now, what I want to do is I want to make my life better for me in 30 years, within 30 years, right now. And I don't want no one telling me I have to be a certain age to access my efforts. All right? If you think about it, it's a very slave mentality to be in a position to have the audacity to tell me when I can access my efforts. All right? Figure out what future you want for yourself when you're in your mid-30s, in your 40s, and in your 50s. Figure out what is going to be the talk when you're not here in the physical. What are you leaving your family? All right. If you have multiple kids and you do not have life insurance, are you really on your shit? If you have multiple kids and they don't know the basics, are you really on your shit? If you have multiple kids and you're not coming through and you're inconsistent, are you really on your shit? If you know that their parent is living and not doing their best and not showing up and they need help and they're actually trying and they're actually putting in an effort to be better, and you don't reach out an arm or a hand to go ahead and guide and assist, are you really helping your kids become better if one parent is great and the other is not? These are things we need to ask ourselves, okay? These are things you need to ask yourself. Your kid can only be as great as their parents' structure and standards, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you can't do it with just one parent. You can, but it's better when both parents are in a position to be great. And if you see a parent needing help as the other parent, I feel like you need to go ahead and provide whatever resources that will help them be better and get there faster and more effectively. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying fund a lifestyle. I'm saying teach them how to get it on their own. Be that guide. Provide that knowledge. All right? Tell them where to be at to get that food. That's all. Okay? We have to remember that we, the people, are supposed to be for each other. We can't be asking a government system that's not here to help us, that's only there to line their pockets with millions and billions to come through for us, because that's why they're giving us these little ass stimulus checks. That most people are educated and will go to Walmarts, who are billion-dollar corporations, who will go to Target. And I'm not knocking these companies because they're just there doing what they're supposed to do, okay? But if you're not educated to understand needs over wants, that shit is going right back in their pockets. All right? So just understand what you want out of this year. Come through for yourself. Come through for your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your grandparents, mom and dad. Come through for your children, but don't forget about yourself. Don't forget about yourself. Align yourself with the right people. Spiritually feed yourself. Mentally get that knowledge. And financially give yourself some boundaries. If you don't need it, sis, leave it, sis. If that woman is not feeding you the right things for you to excel in life, leave her alone. All right? This is your mental food. My name is Shan. And in closing, my advice is Clubhouse is a good concept. I like that app. Do not waste the space. Learn something and give knowledge to those who want to be better. My name is Shan. Thank you for listening and thank you for coming through for the show. Season 10 is going to be a good one. I'm going to give y'all some knowledge. I'm going to give y'all some learn how, some know how, some must do's to be better people. Now, back to your plans, your things, and just be great out here, be wonderful people, and be good to somebody else. Peace.